sont encore très élevés. Les délais de dédouanement des marchandises restent encore très élevés. Il y a les défis liés à la logistique commerciale de manière générale, que ce soit au niveau de l'entreposage des marchandises. Donc, ce sont des questions extrêmement importantes qu'il faudrait régler.
Les infrastructures de mobilité ne sont pas en reste.
Cela passe par la création des voies routières, des voies de communication de toutes formes. Les vols aériens doivent être harmonisés et beaucoup d'autres infrastructures à caractère régional doivent être mises en place. Quand ces barrières tarifaires et non tarifaires sont dégagées, on prévoit à peu près 135 à 150 milliards d'euros gagnés par tout l'ensemble des pays annuellement.
La paix et la sécurité sont des urgences à régler, car leur absence est incompatible avec le business.
S'il y a des conflits un peu partout en Afrique, s'il y a de l'insécurité, il sera très difficile que la marchandise puisse se mouvoir, les hommes puissent également se déplacer d'un point à un autre.
Aucune sous-région en Afrique n'est épargnée des troubles sécuritaires.
Le manque de financement est l'un des freins au développement du commerce extérieur des entreprises. Le Cameroun, ne disposant pas de mécanisme institutionnel de financement, peut désormais se réjouir avec l'annonce d'une banque spécialisée, née d'un partenariat entre le CNCC et l'Afriximbank hier à Douala. Aimé Catherine Moukouri et Henri Tinda pour les... Régina Leke, nous poursuivons avec vous.
Exactly, Junior. Now, the daily plight of street children in major cities include feeding, clothing, and shelter. Now, these vulnerables say they find themselves on the street because of lack of parental care and equally due to neglect from family members. On the commemoration of the International Day dedicated for the celebration of street children on April the 12th, our reporters Umul Kusumi and Rawu Ngufo went talking to some children living in a neighborhood known as Columbia in the nation's capital. I report.
Sleeping on plywood, shirts on the floor, and streets with no food is the daily routine of these street children living at Columbia or Colombie, as it's known in French in Yaoundé. Children coming from different areas in search of work find themselves in this kind of situation.
I came here to look for work that can permit me work in my village. I am looking for work that can help me be a good person in future. I'm here since 2 years in search of work, but I have not gotten one. Times I search for iron and sell just to have something to eat. We are suffering, as you can see. We are living here. Some look for iron, while others work in town just to feed ourselves.
Some street children refute the belief that they are thieves. They say they work to have their daily bread.
Voice over two. I wash cars at the 20th May Boulevard. I'm not a thief. I work with my own strength. Among us, there are a lot of people working with their power, but we lack means and help. People see us like animals. But if only the government could take action, we would have been here.
According to the head of these street children living at Colombia, there are a lot of intellectual within them, willing to become great people tomorrow, but faces a lot of obstacles like lack of financial means, support, and many others. They live in harmony among themselves. There is an ordinary level graduate, Shu Menda, one who had the forestry competitive exams last year. These to show they are all humans like any other person.
And the Republic of Saudi Arabia has handed down some 30,000 food packs to Muslim fasting in the nation's capital, Yaoundé. Now the cartons were handed to imams and the population on Tuesday at the Islamic complex in Yaoundé. The humanitarian gesture from the Saudi Arabian ruler King Salman bin Abdul Aziz is now an annual tradition, especially during this period of the Ramadan. Beatrice Gamo completes that story.
The rare esplanade of the Islamic complex in Yaoundé crowded this Tuesday afternoon. Muslim faithfuls, imams of the different mosques, alongside the divisional officer of Yaoundé too, like other administrative authorities, were around the chargé d'affaires of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Abdurrahman Ibn Ben, and team for the distribution of packs of foodstuff. About 30,000 packets were sealed in cartons for the Muslim fasters.
King Salman bin Abdulaziz gift to Cameroon. We have distributed over 3,000 gift baskets, food basket for the people of Cameroon and also for Congo. It's a great pleasure and it was a great experience to work with the Cameroonian government that facilitated they put everything in our disposal to make sure these baskets do reach the people who deserve it. We are thankful for the government of Cameroon and we are extremely thankful for the government of Saudi Arabia that's facilitated and gave us all this opportunity to be part of this great gift.
Filing through, no one was left out. Family heads, leaders, women like children, all pass in front of the distributors, receiving their cartons whose content they will only discover at home. A humanitarian gest from the Saudi king under the supervision of the Ministry of Islamic Affairs of Dawah and of Orientation. Each year, during the Ramadan fast, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia always offers gifts, many a times dates, to Muslim fasters in Cameroon. Tradition respected this 2022. The fruits of the good relations between Cameroon and Saudi Arabia.
Now, after about 30 years of inaction, the Chamber of Agriculture, Fisheries, Livestock and Forest is holding its first statutory meeting in Yaoundé, a 3-day activity that began this day with a session of the sections and then the ordinary session of the Executive Bureau on Thursday and lastly the ordinary session of the Plenary Assembly. At the end of the deliberation, the 2022 budget will be adopted, so too will the 2023 action plan for the different sections. Now take a listen to Akam Kezi, the Vice President of the agricultural sector.
Look at the ways we can ameliorate the agricultural sector, especially in terms of input, which have become so expensive, in terms of our article of association, what are the rules of the elected delegates, and also to know the type of activities we are going to carry back there in our various constituencies.
Now, 6 young people in the Mongo division of the Littoral region have received seed funding to help propel their ideas in the field of agriculture and rural development. Now, the initiative is intended to help young people to be self-employed, but not just that, to equally fight against food insecurity amid rising food prices, as we in the following report. There were in total 90 Cameroonians who participated in an agro-pastoral competition in the Mongo division of the Littoral region. 6 of them with the best project ideas were selected and have been awarded 650,000 francs CFA each to support their project.
I'm so happy for being part of the winners of this project, because here precisely in Cameroon, we have many young youths having talents but lack of sponsors to put in practice what they have as talent and knowledge. And with what I've won today, I think it's going to be a new beginning for a better realization for me. Thank you very much.
The young agripreneurs are involved in the production and commercialization of local products. Not only are they gainfully employed, but they are helping in the fight against food insecurity, like Pamela involved in mushroom cultivation. I am involved in the cultivation and commercialization of mushrooms. It is a very vibrant sector, and I believe with time, I'm going to employ a lot of young Cameroonians. Legendary Cameroonian artist Prince Dede Eyango, who attended the event as a collaborator, noted that young people are talented and just need support. Sponsored by AgriStars, the seed fund is intended to help young people kickstart their activity, but future support is also envisaged.
We're looking for additional funds so that we can give them modest funds. This is seed funding for them, but we're looking to carry this forward. I plan to take this back to the University of California. Davis, my colleague, is a College of Agriculture there, is one of the largest in the world, one of the top in the world, and propose funding for programs like this.
The projects of these young agricultural stars is also intended to put the Made in Cameroon mark on the map. Ingénieur Hossein, we now talk sports.
Et c'est en basketball, les forces armées, police, basketball défient justement les Sud-Africains du Cap-Town Taïga au complexe sportif Mohamed du Caire. Les deux formations ont connu des fortunes diverses autant pour moi lors de leur entrée en scène dans la compétition. Les précisions avec Marc Chouamou.
Ce mercredi, les forces armées et police de basketball défient les Sud-Africains du Cape Town Tigers au complexe sportif Mohamed du Caire. Les deux formations ont connu des fortunes diverses lors de leur entrée en scène dans la compétition, pendant que les Camerounais venaient largement à bout des Congolais d'espoir Foucache 77-60. Les Tigers, quant à eux, se faisaient piétiner ce lundi par les redoutables Angolais du Petro Luanda 90. C'est donc avec un esprit revanchard que les Sud-Africains vont se présenter face aux seuls représentants camerounais de la Basketball Africa League, deuxième édition.
For the last tournament and the qualifying rounds, knowing that once we qualified, we were going to be here, we felt like although we took some losses, we've gotten better.
FAP peut compter sur Joël Almeida, renfort à NBA et meilleur marqueur lors du premier match contre Espoir Foucache. Une victoire d'ailleurs que l'entraîneur veut mesurer au regard de ce qui attend ses joueurs devant.
Félicitations pour votre envie. On a déjà disputé notre première finale, ok? On a remporté. La prochaine finale c'est mercredi contre Cape Town, ok? On se repose, on savoure cette victoire et on la laisse aujourd'hui, cette nuit, ok? On laisse cette victoire cette nuit. Demain matin, on commence à travailler.
Logé dans la Nile Conference avec 5 autres clubs, dont les favoris Zamalek, tenant du titre, Petro Luanda et Cobra Sport du Sud-Soudan, les Camerounais ont besoin d'engranger le plus de victoires et de points possibles contre des équipes de leur calibre, comme les Tigers de Cape Town, afin de terminer dans les 4 premières places de la Nile Conference, synonyme de participation aux playoffs de la balle. FAP Cape Town est prévu ce mercredi à 16h30.
FAP and a chance to get a three-pointer. Here's Almeida. Almeida with a wonderful three-pointer.
Et c'est la fin de ce 13h, Regina Leke.
Effectively, Junior Hussein, thank you so much for watching, but stick around. If you can, programs continue on Canal International. At 3:30, more news comes up from the regions, and at 6:15, Morindi will be back for the news in the English language. At 7:50, 19h50, Alain Jocelyn Kanga will be back for the news in the French language. But for now, it's goodbye and God bless.
Canal.